Okay, back into the garage. This is where the magic happens. Let's go in, have a look. Let's turn the light on. Okay, what have we been up to today? Hi, welcome to another episode. So today we are going to be truing the wheels up. I've kind of made a rig here, bit of DIY going on. And we're going to be tightening up the spokes to true the wheel up so it runs straight. So anyway, let's have a quick look at this. I'm not going to go on too much about this because there's stacks of other things to do. So we're going to true the wheels up and then look about getting the tyres and the inner tubes on. I made a little bit of a rig up here. Just basically, these are the supports that are for the table that you see me work on in every episode. And I've just screwed down a bit of this angle iron stuff here with a pencil on there, and I've put some bar through, tighten the nut up each side to hold the wheel. And basically, this then just gives us, by spinning that, where we are. Obviously, how true we are. Now, I'm not going to get these absolutely spot on. You can't get a rimmed wheel spot on truified up. That's a technical term. That's just not going to happen. So we're going to do it the nearest we can. The tyre will have obviously will take out some of the imperfections anyway. And secondly, this is not actually a fast motorcycle, so you know, we're not going to be worried about any high speed wobble, shall we say. But I've basically done everything up, and if you want to sort of pull the rim in that way, you tighten up the spokes on this side, loosen the ones off on that side. Let's just lift you up so you can see the setup. I kind of made a different frame now to go around because I didn't have a long bolt to go through it. So that's the homemade truing setup. So, tank. You haven't seen this for a while. I've been doing a bit of work on this tank. There was a few dents in it, which I've filled. And that bit along there was the bit where we had the leaks. Now I got some liquid metal, which is this stuff here. It's called super steel. 1 and 2, you mix them 50-50. This stuff's rock hard. So I used it for those holes that were along there. But that was after I used the blowtorch and had a bit of this lead-free solder. And basically soldered the holes up, covered in that liquid metal, and then I've just put filler over the top. It's nice and smooth. And there was one hole there, which you saw last time. Anyway, that's covered over, liquid metal, or solder, liquid metal, then filler. That's all ready. See a few marks. Anyway, so that's that. I have purchased 2 side panels that were primered already. So that one there, which is pretty good because my other ones, I'll just show you. Other ones here, is this the good one? Obviously dirty. Let me just grab on the other one. The other one here, there's been riveted on this piece here, and it was obviously damaged. And to tell the truth, I just couldn't be bothered sanding it all down. It's got a hole in here, and it's just tatty. It's broken on the bottom bit there as well. Someone's riveted this bit on. So I thought, right, dead cheap. Picked these up for anyway, 20 quid. Bish bosh, get them in a box, and that they're going off to the paint shop tomorrow. Said box, tank, side panel. So they're going to go off because I need these spraying properly. I'm going to get a paint code. I'm not going to tell you what colour yet. It's going to be a surprise. I know. Hold on. Don't get too excited. So they're going to go off. They're going to be sorted out. I'm going to whiz you down here. We have actually got one wheel with a tyre on. There we go. So look at that bad boy compared with the old one. There's the new one. Old tyre, new tyre. And it's... I'll just put these two together, you can see. That's the difference. So obviously we've gone a bit wider on the tyre there, and it's a little bit bigger because the tyre's a bit fatter than that one. So that's the back tyre. The front tyre, I'll just swing you around. The front tyre was a nightmare, is a nightmare. I punctured or pinched the first inner tube, so I ordered another one, and I put that one on, and I had 3 holes in that one. So I took it out, patched it up with a bicycle repair kit, and that was after I found out the tyre was on the wrong way round. So it's a pain. So I basically got that back together. Then it had another puncture in it. Now I just basically couldn't land it anymore. So the wife goes past the motorcycle shop on her way to work, so she's going to drop it off once the new inner tube arrives, because I doubt they have one in the bike shop. Might do, but anyway, not as cheap as £8 they're not going to have one for. So anyway, she's going to drop that off, because that's one less thing I've got to lose my temper about, basically. So there we are. So we're up to that. Now I'm going to clear this table away. Now I'm going to put on a new cover, and then we're going to look at the forks that are all back together again. Now I didn't bother filming all of this, putting it back together, simply because the chances of anybody else doing a GP up at the same time is quite slim, and obviously every fork is slightly different, but yeah, it's quite self-explanatory. Just thought I'd show you the finished product anyway. So I'm quite pleased with those. They look rather good. Now the bike frame and the bits are down there. I'm going to get that up onto the bench, and then we're going to have a go at fitting the forks. So I bought some new rubber seals. Now these go around the forks, and they sit basically in between there, and then that's for the headlight. So I've got to work this out, because I've got to get a fork leg and make sure I get the right one. So that's that one. I'll screw the top of that. So that's got to basically go through there. That's got to go through with the rubbers. And that's got to go around there. So that's got to go through. That's got to go through like that. And then that's got to go up to the top there. Okay. That basically screws in from the top, holds that down. That's a pinch bolt there. That goes there. And you've got the fork. So I'm going to get the rubbers into there, but I've also, just to make things a little bit more complicated, bought some rubber gaiters. These ones obviously sit down the bottom, but I wanted to get some of these to sit up into there as well. I probably have to trim some of that off, but I wanted that to go up there because I don't really want to see any chrome on the top bit there on the front. Maybe we might have to. We shall see. Next thing is to work out how these rubbers go onto there. It's okay, and get it all ready. So I've got to go and find a couple of bolts to go through there, and then I can work on getting the fork legs in. So I'll bring you back. I'll go and find a few bits, some nuts, get these rubbers on, see what we can do, bring you back when it's finished. There we go, the forks are on. I've got the headlight bowl in place. So you can see these are all on and ready. So that's good, I'm pleased with that, looking good. Another little thing that's arrived today is a new ignition. This one here was worn out, the barrel was worn out. You could have literally opened it with a screwdriver. So it's exactly the same connections, as you can see there. So that one can go on the pile for thinking about what to do afterwards. Probably sell all these second-hand bits, all these bits that I don't want, in case anybody else wants to spend the time doing them up. I've got a new set of handlebars. Well, not set, a new handlebar. And I was just checking on the grips, make sure they work okay. This is coming up soon. Obviously this is the next stage, get all this sort of thing sorted out. These are the back wheel adjusters. I've also got the chain guard on there. So the problem, just turn it around. Oh, the problem that I've got now is how to attach the wheels to this frame. I've got no centre stand, so it's obviously going to start wobbling around if I start lifting the front up to get the wheel on, and obviously the same at the back. So that's a bit of a So I'm going to have to think about that. Not sure what to do. So I'll have a think about it, and I'll bring you back when I've thought about it. Right, here we have a collection of things that we need to get back together. So this is the gear for the speedo that fits into the wheel. I've pre-ordered all up, but I'm going to put some grease on it. Let's just have a look over here, so bear with me. Just pack some grease into this thing and work it all in. Obviously the faster this spins with the speed of the bike, it turns the speedo, and this wants to be nicely greased. Put back together. Now I should think that goes onto there, locks in place. So that locks in place, which turns that middle bit. Got a washer there, and then this clip. This is the bit where we don't want it to spring everywhere. Attach it to that, open it up. And then that should lock down into the groove, into the shaft bit there, and that holds it in place. So that basically just goes onto the wheel. And then, of course, you think about getting the disc bolted down. I'm going to be using some of this thread lock. So this isn't the this is the red. This is the blue stuff. I know, what is it? Blue, which is breakable. I think the red, they do a red version, which is like, that's it, glued. Just going to really struggle to get it off. So anyway, I'm going to get these on and get that sorted out. So the wheel, you haven't seen the wheel with the tyre on. That's looking all good. I've popped the disc on. I'm going to use some of this thread lock. Basically just going to put a bit on each one. And work our way round, and then obviously that should stop any vibrations or anything from loosening the front. So pop that in there, go around and tighten it up. Okay, put some red grease in there. So that's that. Now really this is ready to go onto the bike, and that just sits into there. So now we've got the problem obviously of getting this onto the bike without the frame wobbling around. So anyway, right, I shall work on the back one. So there's the cush drives. Already bolted that together a while back. So that's ready to go in there. Again, put a bit of red grease around the bearing. Just got to turn it over, and we've got to assemble the brakes onto this part, which obviously sit into there. So let's have a close look at that. I'll just take this tyre off, this wheel off rather. Right, I've got the new shoes fitted in, new shoes, new springs. That's the piece there that goes through, that the arm goes onto when you press your foot on the brake. It basically is moving that, as you can see, and braking onto the drum. So let's get the wheel up. There we go, one wheel. And let's just see whether it'll go in. It's in. Got it in. That was a right pain, that was. So I'm not, yeah, I'm not coming back to that again. I'm not taking that out just to show you. That's in. A little O-ring there. That goes over the brake there. And one of these washers, I don't think it had one on, but I had one of these. I just had to file it down on the inside so it will fit over. So anyway, that's that done. Then screw this a sec. And this will go over there when we're ready. But I'm going to leave that until the actual wheels on the bike. So that is ready. With that is ready to go onto the frame. So let's work out how we're going to do this. Well, I put the bike down on this socket set, and it's resting on the forks. It's quite stable. So the wheel's ready. I've got the brake side in. I've got the on this side we've got the sprocket in. So I was going to get this into position. So there's a few spaces, obviously the spindle, big space that goes in to there, so let's get that through. Let's lift this up a bit. Okay, that's in there. A little spacer on the other side. Okay, and we're through. Pull the wheel back. Right, super. Washer on the other side. And I'm going to put this nut on the other side. I'm going to do it up. I'm going to do it up tight. But anyway, that's the back wheel going on there. So all good. There we go. One front wheel on. Happy days. Right. Gonna have a breather and look about getting the handlebars on. Quite straightforward. Just 4 bolts. They're on. Aluminium ones. The ones that came off are steel, rusty old chrome things. Weighed a ton. So that's good. We've got to figure out and sort of mud guard for it, because the now I've got a fatter tyre on there. Nothing will fit it. That's standard. So anyway, so that's it. I'm quite chuffed with that one. Well, that's the end of this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time when we get the bike back together a bit more. I say the tank's off to be resprayed. Side panels. Gonna look at doing the seat. It was obviously a full-length seat on it, but now I'm going to go for single seat. So I've got to make a new pad up, and I get that sent away to be upholstered. So anyway, it's looking like a bike again. I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. It's going to, I don't know. It's going to, I don't know what I'm waffling on about really. It's still in a freezing cold garage. Waffling. Let's take that again, shall we? Take 2. Go press stop recording.